If we consider our solar system as typical of others, we should have met intelligent aliens by now. But we haven't seen or heard anything. The possible solutions to this question are both fascinating and scary to us. Because if intelligent life does exist out there, they would know about us, and it makes us wonder why they're observing us silently. On the other hand, if there are no civilizations in this vast universe, it's equally scary to think that we might be alone. Before we delve into solutions, we need to understand the question's complexity and why it's been labeled as a paradox. Back in 1950, a group of physicists were gathered at the Los Alamos National Laboratory. Among them was Enrico Fermi, a renowned quantum physicist. The group was discussing a recent cartoon published in The New Yorker that depicted aliens emerging from a flying saucer. During the conversation, Fermi posed a question that would become famous in the world of science. Where is everybody? This question gave birth to what is now known as the Fermi paradox. After his question, his colleagues immediately got the idea that he was talking about the fact that there's no solid proof of aliens coming to our planet. The conversation then turned to the topic of interstellar travel. Fermi concluded that it might not be possible to travel between stars. He suggested advanced civilizations don't last long enough to develop the technology for interstellar travel. And it kinda makes sense, because Fermi shared these thoughts back in 1950, when rockets had not yet reached the orbit of the Earth. There are many conflicting opinions regarding the paradox, which can often make it confusing to understand. Some argue it's already been resolved, while others claim it isn't a paradox because paradox means logical contradiction, and contradiction only exists if there are certain assumptions. So, for example, in Fermi's original formulation of the problem, the assumption that leads to a contradiction is the idea depicted in the New Yorker magazine, alien visitation. However, Fermi himself rejected this assumption and concluded that interstellar travel is impossible. From his perspective, there is no contradiction because aliens simply lack the ability or the will to visit us. Therefore, one could argue that it's inaccurate to label this situation as a paradox. On the other hand, there are those who argue that we might be under observation without our knowledge, as suggested by the zoo hypothesis. Others propose that aliens may be too far away for any form of contact, or they simply have longer lifespans than Fermi assumed. As I mentioned, Fermi's conclusion about the limited lifespan of civilizations was based on the lifespan of our Sun, which is relatively short compared to most stars in our galaxy. In reality, most stars in the galaxies are red dwarfs, which can support habitable planets for tens of trillions of years. This significantly increases the chances of life appearing and evolving on long-lived planets in the future rather than in the past. The Fermi paradox brings up various possibilities. Did Enrico Fermi envision it involving alien satellites, distant observers, or artifacts on other planets? Or was it simply about aliens landing in Manhattan and taking our garbage cans? It's not entirely clear what Fermi meant by everybody or visitation, and different people have interpreted his question in different ways. This lack of clarity has led to a wide range of possible answers and explanations for his paradox. After numerous discussions and debates on the Fermi paradox, scientists have realized that it requires the application of conditional assumptions. So then, in conditional paradox, contradiction arises based on specific assumptions. With that being said, the interpretation of Fermi's original question leads to two main versions of what is commonly referred to as the Fermi paradox. 1. Despite carrying out countless experiments, we have not detected any conclusive evidence of their existence. This is an apparent contradiction. This apparent contradiction arises from the assumption that extraterrestrial life exists and engages in certain activities. Here, the contradiction part is clear, but in the assumption part, there's the term that aliens engage in certain activities. Various experiments have been conducted to detect extraterrestrial life. The most well-known are the radio searches for artificial transmitters. Despite years of listening through radio signals, no evidence of extraterrestrial communication has been found. The eerie silence. Scientists have also searched for optical transmissions, including brief laser pulses that may be targeted at Earth. There have also been efforts to detect alien megastructures through the observation of weird eclipses of distant stars, such as Boyajian star. We haven't done nearly as much as we'd like though. The search for extraterrestrial life has been challenging due to limited funding and the difficulty in finding evidence. So, here, the assumption part comes into play. After 60 years of trying, should we conclude that aliens don't exist? If we conclude they don't exist, that doesn't mean they're not out there. One possibility is that we are deliberately being left alone. On the other hand, some people believe that we're not intelligent enough to attract the attention of aliens because we have no idea how aliens would think. Our theories are based on how we humans perceive things, but alien brains could work totally differently. It means we can't predict their thoughts or strategies because they might be completely impossible for us to grasp. Maybe we haven't searched long or far enough for an observational perspective. I think searching for aliens is like Elon Musk giving up on building rockets after a couple of explosions and seeing no result. Some argue that we've not been using the appropriate technology to listen for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. They could be communicating using neutrinos, gravitational waves, or other means we have yet to discover. There are numerous possible reasons why we've not detected any signs of alien activity, but this doesn't necessarily mean they don't exist. One problem in our search for aliens is that the absence of evidence doesn't definitively prove or disprove their existence. This makes it challenging to confirm or reject the hypothesis of alien life. So, this is what the assumption part is about. The universe is breathtakingly expansive, with hundreds of billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, and even more planets. If even the tiniest fraction are habitable, then the universe should be teeming with life. Yet, we see nothing, only vast emptiness. Where is everyone else? Like Fermi's original question, why don't we see aliens on Earth? We cannot be entirely certain whether aliens are trying to communicate with us at present. It's possible that we're not listening in the correct way to detect such messages. However, we can be relatively confident that Earth is not currently colonized by aliens. And this leads to the second version of the Fermi paradox. 2. Earth has not been colonized by an alien intelligence. This is an apparent contradiction. This contradiction arises from the assumption that aliens exist and have the potential to colonize other worlds. Some people might not agree with the ideal that Earth is actually an alien colony. Who knows, maybe we're the real aliens or somehow related to them. But there could be a bunch of reasons for all these planetary transformations. One idea is that there's this super smart AI out there, spreading through the stars and turning basic matter into super intelligent computer stuff. Imagine it, a wave of consciousness waking up the whole universe. Or on the darker side, maybe there's a mean and nasty intelligence out there. It wants to get rid of any competition, just like those dark forest or grabby alien theories you've heard. But here's another thought. What if it's just a malfunctioning machine going wild? It's not even smart, really, but it's programmed to shred planets and make more of itself. It is called a von Neumann machine. Some of you might wonder if aliens would truly have the ability to dominate the entire galaxy. Well, guess what? We're on the verge of AGI and advanced robotics ourselves. As scientists said, even if we stick with chemical rocket systems alone, it seems feasible to colonize the entire Milky Way galaxy in just around 300 million years. Sure, 300 million years might sound like a long time, but considering our Milky Way is about 13 billion years old, it means we could have been colonized a whopping 40 times already. With billions of stars and planets in our galaxy, given the vast expanse of time, it's highly likely that intelligent life exists somewhere out there. Life could be common in the universe, but intelligent life could be quite rare. Because it took so long for complex life to evolve from single-celled organisms. However, according to research, it's unlikely that many other technological civilizations had the opportunity to arise before us. This is because during the early stages of the universe, conditions were unfavorable for the emergence and development of life due to the hostile environment. Early stars frequently exploded, galaxies frequently collided with each other, and supermassive black holes released significant amounts of radiation, which would have made it difficult for life to survive and thrive. But imagine what they'd be like if they survived millions of years ago. Any sufficiently advanced technology would be undetectable to us or appear like magic. Imagine giving a smartphone to a caveman. We went from horseback to rocket ships in less than 100 years, so imagine a civilization that developed for 1,000,000 years. It's even possible that they may have gone extinct, evolved into forms that are no longer recognizable to us, or simply become too far away to observe. Imagine a civilization that's millions of years ahead of us. They could totally hide from us if they wanted to. It's like how we can fly drones over people without them having a clue. Back in 1975, an astronomer named Michael Hart made a bold claim in an article. He basically said, "No aliens here, so they must not exist." According to Hart, if there were intelligent aliens out there, they would have surely colonized the Milky Way by now. But since we haven't seen any sign of them, Hart concluded that humans are the only intelligent life around. This led to the idea that searching for intelligent life elsewhere might be a waste of time and money. However, another physicist named Frank Tipler chimed in with a fascinating concept in 1980. He proposed that a civilization could create an artificially intelligent machine that's as smart as humans and capable of replicating itself. This machine could be sent to a neighboring star and instructed to build more copies of itself using local resources. Those copies could then be dispatched to other nearby stars, resulting in a galaxy teeming with self-replicating machines. Tipler argued that since we haven't seen any of these machines, we're likely the only advanced civilization in the galaxy. But the truth is, we really have no clue how many other advanced alien civilizations might be out there, capable of accomplishing such feats. So, a summary of his work is based on aliens. If aliens exist, then their spaceship must already be present in our solar system, considering the age of the galaxy. His conclusion is based on his assumption that interstellar travel can be accomplished within a time frame of 300 million years. However, he fails to consider the weak anthropic principle, which suggests that we must live on a planet that supports our existence. And we live here, only on Earth in our galaxy, where domination by advanced life hasn't occurred. This domination could involve transforming habitable planets into inhospitable ones due to various reasons like the lack of resources, overpopulation or expansion, technological ambition, catastrophic events or accidents, and the potential exploitation of resources on inhospitable planets. We have not found any evidence of domination by advanced civilizations in our galaxy. Then we might be alone in the universe. However, this conclusion is based on the absence of evidence rather than definitive proof. If we have the determination, we can become a galactic civilization and secure our place among other advanced societies. If we are among the early civilizations to venture into space, we have an amazing opportunity. We could shape and inhabit thousands or even millions of planets according to our dreams. And one day, when we encounter other civilizations, we could meet them as equals and build meaningful connections. It's an exciting possibility, worth working towards, isn't it?